Good morning, everyone. I am in the forest today. Beautiful day. We are lucky chickens in England. We have sun in all week in a row. So it's very uplifting mood. My dog is walking there. We came to the forest because he can run here around freely. Oh, somebody built a forest house. Oh, let's see. Oh, Atom! We go inside. Ah, look, house, really. Okay. So today I will speak. I don't know what I speak about. Okay. Last 2 weeks I was not well. Still I have coughing, but much better today. I would like to share with you my experience about how was activated my third eye. Third eye is here. Huh? Back then, I was just beginning of finding spirituality. I read a lot of spiritual books back then, and one evening my family was out. I think they was on holidays for few days, and they was alone at home with my dog, and I tried to spend my time as joyful as possible. So my biggest joy was that time read the spiritual books. So I sit and read. That was evening, late evening, around 11 p.m. Dark outside, windy. I sit at home, cozy, and I read that book. Quietly, in pyjama. All spiritual books, when I read, I try to imagine myself in the position of the main character or author. I try to feel everything. And that's why I read books very slow. So when I try to do so, to replace main character by myself, I am in very present moment when I do so. About half an hour later, that wind behind the window outside. I was in second floor. And that wind was very strong, windy night. Atom! Atik! Was very windy. And in the silent room, I noticed that something knocking to the window. I mean, it's not like there's physically somebody with hands knocking. I noticed that there's something to do with window. I stopped reading and they focus on that wind behind the window. And wind, it felt like the wind is calling me to open the window. It's strange feeling, it's unusual feeling. And it feels like wind tried to speak with me. And he knocks to the, I don't know how he did it. Wind have no body parts or something to knock to the window. But somehow he managed to pay my attention to that window. So I sit, I have that book in the hands, I listen that wind. And that feeling inside that open the window, you know. Okay, I opened the window. It was very windy, and they look around, nothing, no one stands, you know. I was looking for physical body or something, because it felt like somebody knocking. And I looked up high to the roof. There was spider in the roof, you know, hiding. And I tried to figure out what I need to look for, because that wind called me, and it was outside very, very windy. And then I looked to the sky. It was cloudy. There was no stars, nothing. Just wind and clouds run very quickly through the sky. And suddenly I paid attention. As I paid attention to the clouds, I noticed that light spot in the clouds. I look more carefully with attention. There was not the star. There was just light. And I thought, what's going on? Where it comes that light from? It's in such a night, windy night, and cloudy and dark, you know. There was no chance to see sky, clear sky. And that light start move towards me. In distance there was little spot, you know, light, and then bigger. Slowly, not so fast, like I say. I closed quickly the window and I ran to other room where I can see more clearly, and that light would be direct in front of me. So I opened the window in my children's room, and they look to that sky, and that light gets bigger and bigger, and they start wondering what's going on, you know, no. I looked to that light with wonder, without expectations, because I didn't know what to expect for. Look how beautiful is there. Here. And suddenly clouds not like disappears, but opens itself, and they saw the moon. It looked like moon. I don't know, maybe there was spaceship, but it looked like moon, almost full moon. But it's nothing. When I say it feels like it's nothing special, you know, light came and moon, but the way they did it, it was unusual, because it feels like everything goes quite fast, and there was feeling around it that is for me. I look to that, and that moon opens, that clouds opens, and they saw the moon, and next to moon was one star. And it took everything minute or so, and again everything closed. Clouds, dark, wind. And they standing next to window, and I'm looking to it through the window, and they wondering what just took place. It was something. And then I came back to the room. That voiceless voice inside me told me, come to the field. I thought, what? To the field at night, alone, in such a weather? And they sit in pajama, and the fear a little bit kicked in. Back then, before this experience, I didn't have fear training. So the fear kicked. It was fearful, you know, to go alone in the field, windy, cold. So I decided to make, not like I decided in the moment, but I made deal with the voiceless voice. I said, okay, tomorrow I go to bed. I go sleep because it was about midnight. And then tomorrow morning, when I wake up, as soon as I wake up, I will jump from the bed and they go to the field. And they agreed with me. Okay. It's, I don't know, when I look back now, I thought, what a smart lady did make deal with the voiceless voice. And oh, it's so beautiful here. So I went to bed, fall asleep, and I believe that is not without my galactic family or someone else who responds for everything wake me up. When I looked at the clock, it was 10 to 5 in the morning. So as soon as I remember when I wake up, I slept very well. When I wake up, I remember my deal. So I straight away, I just opened my eyes and I jumped from bed, dressed up, took dog, and I went to the field. That I know for sure that my galactic family wake me up this time, 10 to 5, because this time, 10 to 5, is have significant for me later on. So I went to the field. I walked there. There was only early morning, so sun just I saw in horizons a little bit of like cool white blue light when sun tried to rise from horizon, but still you can't see the sun, just the light. And I walked. I thought what to do in that field, you know. I didn't know what to expect. And that voiceless voice said, knee on the ground. I thought, okay, I need to figure out a little bit comfortable place where it's not so wet, because it was cold outside in the morning. I was with jacket and with boots. And I found a little bit thicker grass in the field, and they knee it like for a prayer. And again, I didn't know what to expect. So I was connected to my intuition, and I follow intuition. So I knee, and they thought I maybe meditate. I tried to meditate. And they, Atom eledikçe. I go to sit somewhere. Atomçe. Take. So I need there. Oh my gosh. I try to meditate, but unsuccessful. I can't concentrate very well. But I close my eyes. And they sit there, and I try my best to clean my mind from the thoughts, because all over situation was unusual, and my mind was wild, wondering what's going on. So I try in that meditation, I did everything I can to clean my mind, to just sit quiet, and that's it. I noticed that I was very concentrated in my inner field. I watch very carefully my thoughts, but you know, when you watch the thoughts, usually they won't come. They wait until you redirect consciousness somewhere else, and then the sneaky peeky comes in. Atom! My dog disappeared in the brown grass. How I will find him? Oh, it's coming. Niktoli! Niktoli! Stay here! So suddenly I start to feel change in my body temperature. I started to feel very heated. For me, it was so hot, even if the morning was very cold. So I opened my jacket, and later on, by increasing the heating, I took out my jacket. I just sit without jacket. It was still windy, and I tried to speak with wind and ask wind to blow away my thoughts. I try to imagine that wind goes through me and wash away the thoughts, And at one moment, I started to feel that wind differently. That wind felt like he touches me with the hands, like windy hands. I don't know how to explain. It's very. Suddenly the wind become alive, very alive, and he started dance around me, touch my skin, neck, back, and the feeling was that wind dance around me alive. It's like would be human without body. It was very amazing feeling, and from that time I feel different experience I have different relationship with wind. And if you see down there on YouTube, my very first on YouTube video, after that experience I was able to catch how wind speaks with me, through the long leaves of the bush. Very nice. Time by time I come back when I miss the communication with wind to that video. Please check it. Very nice. And so in that moment, when when I felt the alive wind, something. My concentration was on the third eye from within. I sit closed eyes, and they was so focused on that spot, and that wind dancing around me, and somebody happened like a blast, little blast of light from within, and they saw when I sit in this somewhere here, somewhere in this area, I saw the blast from within, and they start to feel pressure. Before, I never felt pressure in this area. And that was all my experience. The magic with the wind, with that sky in the evening. And that blast, as soon as that blast happened, my experience ended up. I felt still that heat. I took my jacket on, and they saw so people start come to the field with the dogs, for an early morning walk. And they walk and they can't understand, it's so cold outside, but I feel so heated, so hot. So I come back home, and they wonder what took place, because no one explained me. I never heard about the third eye. I didn't know what is that third eye. What's the function of it? So I start. Why today constantly repeat start. Can't understand. I begin Google. Try to Google what's going on. I put the words like pressure in the head. I feel pressure between the eyes. And I couldn't get much information because I don't know what to ask. I don't know what's going on. And every day I wake up in the morning, I feel pressure here. Sometimes pulsation, sometimes just pressure. And in the beginning, after that experience, I felt that pressure once a day somehow, and then it happened more often and more often, until one day I start feel constantly that pressure almost all day. And then came information. Somewhere, when you scrolling information for angels, is easy to manage the information for me. So somewhere I read that this is third eye, and the third eye function is inner visions. You see through the surface. It gives ability to see deeper. And for me, didn't happen something special about it. I didn't see magic or a lot of visions at that time. But I am artistic person, and my imagination anyway is quite very well good. I have visual memory. So later on, after that experience, and when I intensified this area, started happen other things, like I feel something running in right ear, like a tiny stream of energy running. I needed to figure out as well what is that. Somehow my galactic family don't want to explain me things. Why and what is this, but myself as well, I couldn't manage to ask, and what a day today is. Everything about start. Now I'm thinking, what is in that word start? The first thought came to me was star. Star. Maybe there is some kind of meaning. And that's how was that my third eye was activated. And later on, I started to see those some kind of visions. And at first, those visions was just pictures. But I had one vision last year. No, this year. Yeah, last year, middle of the last year. Vision together with feeling. I saw how I crossed the two worlds, from dark to vibrant green. That vision took for about a part of second, but was so clear, and with feeling of unconditional love. I saw myself coming back from the dark clouds. There was in one side from ground to the sky, actually wall of the gray clouds, and I knew that I came from there to the new reality of which looked vibrant shades of green, like lettuce salads, more like lettuce salads. And on that edge of gray and green, met me 3 souls. Those 3 souls was without body, just energetic body. I saw, transparent energy. And they met me and hugged me. And that love which I felt in that vision, there was such a short vision, but clear, and that feeling was very strong, feeling of unconditional love. We humans usually don't feel this kind of love on the planet Earth, but I know that we are able to do, and we will feel it one day. Just when, for example, if you imagine any situation or something that you ever in life felt the love, biggest feeling, most clearest feeling of love. For me, I remember when my first son born, that first love, you know, of seeing him, getting in the hands. So this kind of love, times 1,000 times that kind of love I felt in that vision. And if speaking about the love, in beginning of my awakening happened very from distance and very gentle, with very little minor steps. It was nothing ordinary and sudden. It was just when I first time stopped my thoughts, and I felt first time that silent in my head. That how happened my awakening. And I felt a few times I had experience when shifting of realities. When you go in the street and you love everything. So in that vision of crossing the words, the line between gray and new reality, that love that I felt, it was not new for me, because just stronger, much stronger. I felt this love after my awakening few times, maybe 2-3 times. When you go in the street and you love everything, every dust, every grass, every tree, every human. You look to a human and you see angels in them, and you say how beautiful they are. I love them. And you want to hug everyone, but you to hold back, because what people think, what a woman crazy doing. And this love is, when I felt first time this kind of love, I have nothing to do with myself, just ask God for more. You know, I said I want to feel that kind of love, and I know that this is God's love. This is true unconditional love. You know, if you love your neighbor, your stranger in the street, it's unconditional love. It's nice to know that we humans are able to feel that kind of love, and we are close to it, and it's up to us what we choose to feel, where we focus our attention. We can't find this kind of love in TVs or by scrolling. But scrolling those social medias is not such a bad thing, because a lot of good things happen for me by scrolling. Angels can bring me information through this scrollings. You know, it's easier for them to manage things. Atom. Oh, okay. So for angels it's easy to do so. So scrolling is in some ways good thing. I remember I have that experience. I had quite intense updates when sometimes I need to lie down on the ground with all body and press my chin to the ground, hands to calm down myself. Such intense energy updates, and usually it follows tears follows that experience for me. Oh, it's so beautiful, amazing day. So it was a situation when in the same second, in the same minute, I cried like a baby, and they can't stop laugh. And they knew in my heart, you know, that my galactic family managed all. It's like, you know, I don't know how to explain. 1 second you cry and another second you laugh without stop, you know, and everything in that one moment. Oh, it's magic. How they do so, I don't know, but it's very beautiful. So scrolling is not bad. Oh, so beautiful. I'll show you where I am. Very nice, quiet. So it was nice to speak with you. Maybe see you next time.